Hello everyone, I'm finally back with another video. I'm so sorry it's been a while, and as you can see I am finally filming in my new bedroom, and I promise a new room tour will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. So anyways, today I'm going to be showing you some new McDonald's squishies that I made recently, or quite recently. They're actually made a few weeks before I moved, so probably not that recent, but anyways, I really hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. So the first squishy or squishies that I made in this McDonald's set are these chicken McNuggets, and I also made the box myself. And I found this box template on Google, and I just printed it out and glued it onto some cards so that way it would be a little bit more sturdier, and then I just glued it together. Hopefully it's going to focus. Sorry if it isn't. And then here are the squishies, and I ended up making 6 since it says 6 on the box. And I made these out of a car sponge. And they're all different shapes. And they're all pretty squishy as well. And you've probably seen me make these before, that they just didn't turn out very realistic, so I decided to remake them, and I think they do look a lot better. I also tried making them look textured as well. I'm not sure if you can see that. So yeah, I really like how these turned out. And the next squishy that I made are these McDonald's fries, or chips. I just call them chips. And again, you've probably seen me make these before, but they looked really bad, so I decided to remake them. And these are also made out of car sponges, or a car sponge. And this time I decided to glue them all together so that way I wouldn't lose any of them. But the glue is kind of hard, so you can probably hear that it sounds a little bit crunchy. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can hear that. But I think it just makes them a little bit more realistic in my opinion, because the McDonald's chips are slightly crispy. And I think they look pretty realistic as well. And I also made the box out of red and yellow card, and again I just printed out a template from Google and I just traced it onto the card, cut it out, and I glued it together. So it looks like that. And I know it probably looks a little bit messy, but that's okay. And the next squishy that I made is this McDonald's cheeseburger, and this is similar to the burgers that I normally get from McDonald's, and I think they're the 99p cheeseburgers, I think. And this is also made out of a car sponge. And I think this also looks pretty realistic. So it has cheese, the burger, and also some ketchup, mustard, and the pickles, or the gherkins, whatever you want to call it. And also, I'm not sure if you can see, but I also made some small pieces of onion out of some, I just used some small pieces of foam, and then I just glued it to the puffy paint to make it look like onions, which I think worked really well. And by the way, this is all one piece. I didn't have to glue anything together, well, apart from the onions, but that's it. And again, I also made the packaging for it as well, and I just found this on Google and I just copied and pasted it all over a Word document, and I printed it out to make it look like the wrapper that the burgers usually come in. So like that. And again, I know it's not the best, but I'm still really happy with it. And the next squishy that I made is this milkshake squishy. And this is just made out of memory foam, and the straw is made out of felt. And I really like how this one turned out as well. And by the way, I also used a stencil to paint the design on the back and also the logo on the front. And I think the shape of it turned out really good. It did take a really long time to get it to this shape. And the next squishy that I made is this Oreo McFlurry squishy. And again, this is made out of memory foam. And the little pieces of Oreo are actually made out of makeup sponges, which I just painted a very dark brown. And this one also took quite a long time to make. And again, I'm really happy with how this one turned out as well. And it is also quite squishy. But I did end up having to repaint on the letters quite a few times because the blue paint kept on showing through the letters, so I kept having to go over it with white puffy paint. So as you can see, it is slightly 3D. But I think it turned out really good in the end. And the last squishy that I made is this little ketchup packet, and I originally wasn't going to make this, but when I go to get McDonald's I usually ask for a couple of ketchup packets, so in the end I decided to make this. And the bottom part is just made out of memory foam. And then for the lid, again I ended up finding this on Google, and then I just printed it out and I just glued it onto the edge of the ketchup packet to make it look like the lid. And I also painted the bottom of it silver, as you can see. And I also covered it in tape so that way it wouldn't get damaged. And I think it worked out really well. And one last thing I forgot to mention is I also made the McDonald's bag as well, and I made this out of white felt, and I ended up painting the felt a light brown colour to make it look more like a paper bag. And then I just used stencils to paint the logo on the front and also the design on the back, similar to what I did for the milkshake. And then I just glued everything together just using some all-purpose glue. And again, I know it doesn't look exactly like the McDonald's paper bags, but I'm still really happy with it. So yep, these are all of the new McDonald's squishies that I made recently. I really hope you liked them. And I also forgot to mention that I also included a little plastic spoon to go along with the McFlurry, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, I guess. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you think in the comments below. And again, I'm really proud with how these all came out. And it was quite hard work making these, but I think it was definitely worth it. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!